Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. The topic that we are going to discuss for today's session is how global food crisis affecting India, like impacting or affecting India. As per our ritual, the host will be initiating the discussion. So since I'm the host of the session, I'm going to initiate. Following me, Pooja will be taking her chance, and Agustin will be continuing and concludes the first half of the session. Hope everyone is okay with this.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Okay. Allow me to start the discussion. Humans are always in a complicated relationship with food. Centuries pass, but the food demand has not yet gone down. The population is increasing, and supply of food is also increasing, which is eventually creating a huge demand on food. In India, there are a lot of aspects beforehand than taking the consideration of global food crisis. There is actually a shortage, and because of this global food crisis, it's again increasing the food price and even the availability of food. Some people are not getting food in required quantity, and also it's impacting the nutrition factors of the country's population. So when we get into the deep insights of this particular issues, we got to know that because of Ukraine war and climate changes and supply crisis, these things are affecting the global food chain, and that is also impacting India. Because India is also importing many things from other country because of huge population, though we have the good resource of agriculture. And though government is taking a lot of steps to impose a demand, like sorry, not demand, on restriction on exporting uh, products which are like huge gap in our own country. They're also importing taxes, increasing the price, but then also the demand for food is not coming down. Now, when we take the Global Hunger Index, that is GHI 2024 ranking, India stands in 105th place around out of 127 countries. So, seeing this, there are a lot of people who are getting affected with nutrition factors, and that is because 50 to 60 percentage of Indians are spending their salary on food majority. There are two kinds of people in this. One kind of people are like who are below poverty line. So, for instance, when a agriculture of product or a farmer selling a apple 1 kg like around 80 rupees to the vendor in between takes into the cost of transportation and warehouse, all these things into the consideration. And when it is coming as an end product to the consumer, it becomes 150 rupees per kg. This is a huge amount for a person who is below poverty line because he is suffering to get one time meal. And other type of persons are having a very lavish lifestyle where they have good amount of income, and they do have uh, time to spend on the foods, and they just have 3 time meal, a very good meal they consume. But these people are taking food as their emotional companion than keeping them as a fuel. So they are eating junk foods more, and these all things are increasing the malnutrition in the country, where the peoples are getting prolonged easily to the diseases, and where the demand of medicine is also increasing. So when I got to see all these points, I understood one thing: the economy is getting more affected when food prices increasing. For example, when a food price is increasing, the vendor and the transport and this like warehouse which is involved in that is also increasing because the food is also increasing. And at the same time, since food is increasing, the lifestyle of the particular persons is also increasing. So that makes the economy have a more impact, And it also increases the complete um, demand and supply of other products as well. So, with this, I would like to conclude the topic, and I would ask Pooja to continue with her points.
Thank you, ma'am, for such good insights or such a good introduction to the topic. And moving further, there were a few points I think which we can pick from ma'am's introduction that really had an impact. So one thing is, yes, inflation or the increase of price. So when increase of price is happening, it's simply because farmers are not taken care of properly. So in a country like India, where agriculture stands as the backbone, farmers become the backbone of the country's economy. Because at any point of time, if farmers give up, their profession, the entire country will go on a complete, huge food crisis, and that will start, affecting every other aspect. So in a country like India, farmers become the backbone. So as long as they are not taken care properly, in the right way with the right things, then definitely you can I mean, we should expect, increase in the food commodity, I mean, price increase in price of food commodities. Now, another aspect as to what exactly is happening with farmers, or why they are not able to sustain with agriculture alone. If we go back to, 2 generations or 3 generations back, we had our ancestors who completely depended on agriculture, and they were having a really good life. Okay, so they were able to manage their entire family expense, kids, and everything went on well, even by just depending solely on agriculture. So the point is, again, something man mentioned as climate change. So we human beings are the sole cause for it. We have started disrupting the environment in a very wrong and in a very bad way, which has caused soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution, pollution in all terms. Okay. So now when everything is polluted, you can't expect something to grow properly in a very natural way. So what you get, farmers have to depend on other methods which are parallel to natural methods of growing food. And that again becomes, once again, it becomes more expensive for them, and definitely the increase in the price. And another factor to it is that I would like to add, since I spoke about pollution, is the nutritional value in the food products. So, say for example, 1 or 2 decades back, okay, if you took for example carrot, carrot is supposed to have X vitamin in so much percentage, Y mineral in so much percentage. It is not the same in today's carrot that is grown. So that nutritional value has gone down like anything, again, thanks to pollution. So this is another cause of malnutrition. Let's say about 1 or 2 decades back, if you say, it's enough for me to supply to one particular orphanage or one particular affected area. If I supply 1 kg of carrot, that's going to be enough. You cannot expect the same nutritional value in that person who's consuming it in today's 1 kg carrot. You may have to supply sometimes 2, 3, 5 kgs just to compensate that. So that has become one cause of, having malnutrition. Another aspect, again, ma'am told, is the rich are using it. They are taking it as their emotional companion. Yes, there is a concept called stress eating. Okay, they binge eat. They eat like anything whenever they are stressed out, whenever they are depressed or whatever. And yes, rather than seeing it as a fuel, it's simply because we have been seeing it as something which is easily available for us at the very moment. And we have to rather see it as a life-making element, because if we stop eating food, we know eventually that life within our body will also not sustain. So as long as we see it in the right way, in the right terms, I think this problem cannot be solved. And another factor I would like to say is, especially the Indian functions. Most of them weddings could be naming ceremonies, birthday celebrations, and so on. People order huge amounts of food. Yes, that is I mean, something that can be understood because you're inviting huge number of guests. So as part of hospitality, you are keeping little extra food. That's completely understandable thing. But when the food becomes excess, instead of just throwing it, I think we can bring a solution if we can connect those people with the places where the crisis is actually happening. So people who are not able to afford even one square meal a day, if we can connect those people in some way to the places where such functions are happening and excess food is being produced, I think without wasting it, if we can send it or if we can have a transfer here, most of it, or to an extent, it can definitely be solved. And the most important factor about food is, it's a human thing. As long as you don't solve food problems to anybody or any family, they will never think of anything beyond it. Because now if you go and talk to the farmers saying the economic crisis we are facing, or the IT market crash, stock market crash, and so on, that person will tell, please keep all these things aside, what have I got to do with it? Me and my family, we're not able to afford proper food every day. Please tell me if you know something about this. So as long as food aspect is not taken care of, I think any other aspect, it's very difficult to deal with, especially in our country. And yes, another important factor is people who are probably having the right amount of food in the right quantity. They do not know what is fine with their body and what is not fine with their body. A lot of times people don't know they're allergic to a lot of things. A lot of times people don't know they're deficient on certain nutrition levels. And consumption of food is happening, but it's not happening in the right way, which is also turning out to be a cause for malnutrition. So each individual should sit and experiment with themselves what food works right, what food doesn't work right, in what basis or in what time and what quantities, in what manner it should be taken. Once all of these things start getting organized, I think the rest of it will start getting structured naturally. So this was something that I wanted to convey. And sir, you may proceed, please.
Thank you. Finally, you ended that. I would look at the global food crisis in a different way. When we look practically into Indian context, I think Indian government has taken sufficient care to provide the food grains to the poor, marginalized. So the PDS system, public distribution system, is really working well. Some places it may be not that efficient, but still people are getting what the government could offer to give to them. When we look at this, people are getting something to eat. Even the poorest of the poor are getting to eat. And yeah, I can't deny the fact that there are few who are not getting it. So they may be left out due to some reasons. But government is trying its best to provide the marginalized with food grains. And when we come to reality, the food grains they're supplying to them, we don't know how much they are really having the nutritions, and are they really worthy of the quality, or they are of the poor quality. That has to be tested and questioned. It depends on the ethical behavior of the people, those who are responsible for that, because government intention is to give the best food possible within the prices they can afford. But at the end, the human grade, we have people, those who are managing this kind of stuffs, and they store up the goods, the commodities in their own godowns and houses, and they sell in black market, and they don't provide to the poor, and they buy. Sometimes the government buys the products which are of cheap quality. Sometimes the people who are responsible in execution, they give in to greed, and they are causing all these things. But as long as Gandhiji says, right, earth has for every man's need, but not for every man's greed. So greed is one of the criteria here, because we have had green revolution, we have had white revolution. So food crisis we have been trying to overcome. I think we have overcome in a large scale. When it comes to cities, it's not that kind of problem, because cities people are having the problem like, if you go to village, it is like malnourishment or malnutrition, whatever it is. But when it comes to city, it is extreme obesity. So people are on the other, verge of obesity. So two things are existing like this. One side, in the village, people are not getting the full nutritions, and they're just running the life with what are the basic food things are available to them. On the other hand, in the city, people are able to afford, but they're not able to get the quality food. The question is that the quality food. So who is responsible for this quality food? God alone knows. Because every one of us is responsible. We can't blame the farmers because they are highly dependent on the nature and they're highly dependent on the rain. So they just depend on the nature for providence. And they do their best, but at the end of the day, sometimes nature supports them, sometimes it destroys the crops. So it is highly volatile. And what can be done? The people who are really capable of handling the situation should get in and handle the situation. They should not think about their own houses. They should think about the nation. They think about the bigger communities, not just their own house. Because if people those who are capable can take up today, I do believe there are not many food grains, quality food grains available in the village, but not reaching the city market. So, as Indian economy says that most of the farmers, whatever they produce, they eat it up. They don't even bring it to the market because they know that that's what they depend upon to live the life. And also, they're not getting that kind of good price that they can send it to the market. And second thing, they're not harvesting completely whatever is available to them because sometimes it is lost due to a lot many natural calamities or maybe other aspects of the nature. So much is wasted. And I do believe there is a lot of quality product available in countryside of India, but the problem is that is not reaching the market in city. Even you take vegetables or you take fruits, what we get in cities is highly contaminated, highly adulterated. So we don't get the true genuine food products in the city. So it is not just food crisis, it is a nutrition crisis now we are facing. And as we go further, this is not going to be overcome because we cannot overcome this because we know human greed is not going to stop anywhere. People are trying to get as much as profit from their end. So people are going to supply any amount of adulterated foods to you know make a lot of profit because you can't make a lot of profit with organic food because organic food is really expensive. So they sell the adulterated food in the name of organic food so they can make a lot of profit. So when these are the problems we are facing in a society, I think human beings have to wake up to reality, thinking that instead of thinking my house, my family, people should also look at a larger scale, like let us all grow together, let us have a healthy life. Because the people, those who have, if they can have the intention to look at the people, those who not having, I think the country can change. That's where the people can do it. On the other hand, we have also social influences, and they're promoting a lot many healthy uh, social services. But what they do is most often to account to the social and government authorities, they record all the things they do, good things, maybe recording the helping the people or maybe giving things to people. They record it, but actually there is a saying like, no, what your right hand is giving, your left hand should not know. That's a game here. But the problem is here, everybody knows what somebody is giving to somebody. So that's where the receiver doesn't want to be published or known to the public as a receiver because no human being wants to be in the receiver's head. That's why it is told, don't promote your contributions to the or donations to the poor. So don't do that kind of things, but actually to get through the tax benefit, to get through all the uh, you know recordings, government, the NGOs and other people have to show that they're doing something, and somehow the charity is not done in a right way. I think it is a lot of more ethical problem than real food crisis. What we have in general, I mean, in terms of hard reality, it is not the problem with the food we are having today, but we are having with the human intention to live up to the best capacity. So with that, I would end.
I think we have 7 more minutes for this meeting. Can
We can
we
complete.
go to the second?
Yeah,
We
we
can
can
complete.
complete.
Okay. Then let's move to the second half of the session. So today it will be idiom. So I'll be displaying few idioms and you people need to tell the meaning of that. 1 second, let me share my screen. Yeah, Agustin, the first slide is for you.
Break the ice. I read this. Sorry, I forgot also. Uh, break the ice means uh, I may be wrong, but still I try to answer this. Mm, trying to break the barrier or something.
No, it's
Trying.
not exactly that. It's the meaning to initiate conversation in a social setting,
Okay.
often prevailing the tension. For example, when no one is speaking and running here and there, like someone is coming up and speaking for that particular thing, we consider speaking
Okay.
offense.
Ice break.
Next
Sir
one.
was actually right, but he couldn't explain it completely. He was right
Completely,
about
yeah, yeah.
breaking the barrier, but he was not complete.
Correct.
Anyway, you
Correct.
broke the ice. It's okay. A piece of cake. That means it is very easy.
Ah, yeah, sure.
Hit the nail on the head. It means do the right thing in the right way. I mean, doing the thing in the right way, in a very perfect way possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Next slide is for Pooja.
Yes, ma'am. Costs an arm and a leg. Okay. It means that it's something very expensive, not just in terms of money, but probably in terms of efforts or something that it requires a lot,
Correct.
maybe energy or so. Yeah, very. Oh, I was right. Very expensive. Let the cat out of the bag. Okay, this was one of the idiom which Sir had used for me when he told you have to break out from your shell. It means, come out of the world and see what the world is. Come down to the reality. Don't stay in the closed loop.
Correct. But the meaning is different. To reveal a secret
Oh,
of
to
the
reveal a
past.
secret. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then Agustin, you have used it in a wrong end, I guess.
No, she must have understood in the wrong way. I must have used some
I
other
must
idiom.
have understood.
I must have
Probably
used
no.
a
This
different
was the
idiom.
idiom, but no, it was this idiom. But I think I must have misunderstood it. Probably there are
Yeah.
high chances for that.
The last one.
Under the weather. This is something that I often feel. Falling sick. It simply means to fall sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Throw. What are the idioms you've got? Let's see. What are the idioms you've got?
Okay, the next slide.
Spill the beans.
Spill the beans
Revealing
to let the
secrets or
secret out. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
The ball in
The
your
ball
court.
is
Yeah.
in your
Your
court. It's
decision.
your game, your play.
Yeah. You have to decide.
Yeah,
Burn the midnight
Burn
oil.
the
Working late
midnight
night.
oil. Late
Working.
night.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, we're really good in this. Throw in the towel.
The towel.
Ah, this I
I
don't know
don't
how
know.
to throw the towel now.
It means that giving up,
Oh, okay.
admitting that
Oh.
you are.
Throw in the towel. Okay, admit defeat or give up. I thought like somebody is taking bath and forgot the towel and so saying that throw in the towel. So
No, both of us, we threw in the towel here. For the idiom throw in the towel, we threw in the
and who
towel
needed the
because
towel there?
who knows? Who
Cross the
knows?
bridge when you come to it.
When
That
you
means
come to it,
don't overthink
grab the
before the
opportunity
incident
that
actually
comes.
happens. You actually do it when it actually happens. So don't overthink before.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. When in Rome,
When
be a
in
Roman in
Rome.
Rome. Yeah.
Exactly.
Act
Sir's
according to the
favorite
situation.
dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's it.
I was really
Nice.
curious to answer more idioms today. Anyway, got few
I
wrong,
just
but
was,
okay.
yeah, I was for each person three idioms. That's it.
Okay, but really, I would have thrown the towel badly. Thrown in the towel badly.
At whom you would like to throw the towel, sir?
No, whoever it would be. But yeah, I would not have got it rightly. Anyway,
Hmm,
thanks, Mother. It was a good session.
true.
The topic was really good, and idioms game was really interesting.
Interesting one.
Yes, good idioms you brought, and your introduction was
Yes, sir,
good,
true.
and your
And
perception was in the perspective of the economics. Because when I read studied economics in my college days, these are the terms they used to use, and this is the perspective they used to give to the students. And when Pooja said, Pooja had different perspective from our point of view, and I had a different perspective, that is, India perspective altogether. So I think we all had different perspectives.
This session was a good
A
one.
really good one, short one, but really good and interesting one. Yeah, we
Cool.
can see in the next session. So Pooja can be host there.
Sure, sir.